Today we're looking at creating a sales order with a configuration. In this case, we're going to be configuring a football jersey. We're consequently going to convert our sales order into a production order and see how the BOM and the routing that were created during the estimate step flow to our production order. Let's create a new sales order. We're going to create a sales order for the Canon Group. Confirm the credit limit check. And now under my functions on my line, I can do configure. And that'll bring up our configuration for us. The first questions we get are who we're making this for and have we made it before, and so we can tie together with a number to a previous quote or order. We're going to configure this today for Pioneer Valley, and we did make this one before under a certain number, and we made this in 2011. We're making a football jersey today, so mark football. And the moment I click football, you can see that the next questions start to show up. So in this case, the garment. If I pick jersey, see a couple of changes. We are presented with the next question, but the screen also adds a tab to the screen. If I were to change jersey to pant, you'll see that we end up with a different tab. If I do the full uniform, I end up with both tabs. Let's go back to jersey, and let's go with a youth garment, and next the system will ask us for a style. You can see that all the questions that are presented to us are dynamic, and they will change as we go along. There will be more examples of that later on as well. Not just the visibility of the options will change, but also the set of options underneath will change as well. If we're doing, for instance, baseball, we'll end up with different styles and concepts that we can work with. Okay, let's go with a defender style and a Lansing 2 concept. Now, as we make these choices, you can see on the right-hand side that certain choices come with price points, and they all add together to a total price at the top. Currently, we're sitting at $52. Let's go and take a look at our jersey tab. We can pick body colors. Go with a Pro Bright Mesh Black on our body, and with a metallic plus black on the cowl. We can set up options for the sleeves for different colors, but let's stick with some metallic plus black there as well. We can add striping if we want to, but we don't have to. Now we can pick some inserts. And I'm going to choose a aqua on the upper inserts and a black on the lower inserts. Next, we can look at a braid. We can add a braiding to our jersey. I have a Norski braid available here, which will add $12.50 in cost for us. Once we get down to the neck section, things are starting to get a little interesting in terms of dynamically showing and hiding options. If I pick a standard material, I can just pick a color. However, if I switch to a knit trim, I have different types of styles that I can add to it. And then I also have different stripes that I can add to my neck as well. Let's go with a diamond insert, which also will present us with some additional options that are specific to my diamond insert. If I pick diamond insert, I can pick the stripes. Let's go with one stripe. If I pick, let's say, an M3, which is 3 stripes, I'll have 3 different colors to pick from dynamically. Okay, we're going to choose an aqua on our striping. Because we said that we needed a diamond insert, I also have an insert color and a possible logo that I can add to my style. In this case, I'm going to go with the insert color to a metallic white. And then I do have different types of logos that I can pick and add to here. I'm going to leave the logo empty for now. Now, the choices we've seen so far are standardized choices. There's only so many options you have. And when it comes down to configuring a football jersey, there are a lot of things that are not standardized. Things like lettering, numbers, there might be some specific options or things we want to change. So there is a more flexible area here as well for the lettering. if I'm going to do any lettering, the system will present me with a box where I can put all my instructions in. So I'll add some instructions here. I'm going to do an imprint. I want a logo. I want 2 colors. Type in a couple of instructions here. I'll just add my colors to it. And then I can add how many of these I want and what I'm actually going to charge for this. Okay. After I'm done with that, I can add a second set, and I can continue on with my lettering and add a second set. Let's specify the type of font I want for my lettering, the text I want in there. And I'm going to choose a price on this one as well. Now I'm going to add one more block, and this is for my numbers. Just like with my lettering, I'm picking the same colors. I'm going to do a slightly different font. And where I want them to be actually located. Add a little more on the cost here. There we go. The last option I have is a longer body. So I can add 4 inches to the body style here, and that'll add a little bit of cost for me. My total cost so far comes up to $99.30. Okay, once we're done with our entire configuration, we can say process and exit, and this will take all that information and create a sales order for me with that information. It will add a configuration number and all the information we've keyed in so far. I'm going to order one of these jerseys, very specific model, but because we do specific numbers, you usually end up with just one football jersey. And the easiest way to look at what we've configured so far is by opening up my order configuration report. Do that. And here we have information about this sales order, who we're selling it to, ship to and sell to addresses, extra information with phone numbers, and then an overview of what we've configured. Let me make it a little bigger. And we can see that we do have our football jersey with our mark and our made before, the information about styles and concepts, and then all the different options we've chosen: body color, cowl color, sleeve color, etc. And a full blowout of the very specific instructions that we've added to here as well. We can also see that our pricing flowed, so we end up with $99.30, including a little bit of tax to end up with a total price. Now, because we made this one before, we could have done this slightly different. We could have copied from a previous order or a previous shipment or something like that, and that would have been a quicker way for us to get to our set. So we're going to do a second example of that. We make a new sales order here. And instead of filling in the information manually, I'm going to use the copy document functionality. The copy document functionality allows us to pick from a wide range of documents we've created before to retrieve our information. I'll grab it from a different order. We can use the drop-down to figure out which order we want. For each of these orders, we can actually go into the card to see that it is correct. We can use search functionality to search by external document number or any other information we have that might identify which order we're interested in. I'm going to include the header information, which will also mean that it goes to the same customer. Say OK. Confirm the credit limit check. And we end up with an exact copy of the order we had before. Usually when they reorder, they might have some slight changes, maybe some size changes, maybe some lettering that has changed possibly. So the system does allow us to go back in and reconfigure. So now we can go back in and we can say Pioneer Valley 2, and we can process and exit our changes. Okay, at this point, we're ready to take our sales order and convert it into a production order. In order to do so, I'm going to release my sales order. Now my status went to release. I'm going to Actions and Planning. And from my planning screen in the top, I'm going to create a production order. I'm going to create a firm plan production order. It's not ready to go to the shop floor yet. I'm going to say yes. The system will let me know that there's a new firm plan production order, 101006 created. And an easy way to get to it is to go to Order Tracking and say Show. So here's our production order. It has been created, complete with components and the routing. So if we take a look, for instance, at our material requisition, do a preview. We can see that based on our configuration before, these are the materials that I'm going to need. You can see that we end up with yardage on most of these materials. Some of them come by the pound. And we have some rounding rules set up to make sure that we grab enough material. It looks like right now our rounding is set to always go up to the nearest whole yard or whole pound. So we end up with enough material. Directly from our production order screen, we can also look at material shortage to make sure that we have everything we need on stock. We run the material shortage report. And it looks like we're short on pretty much every material we need. This will show us what's coming in, what's planned on purchase orders, and what is our actual need for all these items. So we can use this to drive our decisions on when we need to purchase or procure. The next step in our process would be, once we get our materials in, to convert this production order to release and start handling it.